This morning, Catholic Medical Center in Richland held a flag-raising ceremony to mark the beginning of Organ Donation Awareness Month.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma spoke to doctors and the mother of a young man who gave the ultimate gift to others.
The organ donation flag above the Catholic Medical Center will fly throughout the month of April to help raise awareness about the life-saving gift of organ donation. After the ceremony, I spoke to Dr. Bragg, and he says there's two types of organ donations. A deceased organ donation when a patient passes away and they register to donate their organs, and a living organ donor. Dr. Bragg says both types have a big impact.
So deceased organ donor often can save up to 8 lives. And more. As in, they can donate their kidneys, heart, liver, pancreas, their lungs, and their intestine. And a living donor usually is, there's someone who you know, or your blood relation, so on and so forth. The most common we see is kidneys and partial liver.
Dr. Bragg says organ donors are vital in helping save patients' lives.
If you look at the current numbers, there are more than 100,000 patients who are waiting for an organ. Not everyone gets an organ, and many of them die due to the disease process itself. So that's why it's important to have organ donors as well, to kind of help those who are in need.
Dr. Bragg says one of the quickest and easiest way to register to be a donor is through your license. At the ceremony, I also talked with Blanca Cepeda. In 2022, her son Oscar was involved in a car accident that led to his passing. He was a donor and was able to help save 4 people's lives through his gift of organ donation. Cepeda says it's been hard without her son, but through him being a donor, she's learned a lot from him. I also have translated Cepeda's interview from Spanish to English.
Después que él ya no está.
Now that he's not here, it's been hard, but I stay strong because I know it was his decision. He left me a lot of things to learn from, and he had that decision to save other people. He left it written for me in a card that he had left. Cepeda says in that card he left, he had this written: "Sometimes the person who has nothing is the person who gives the most, and that's a gift that doesn't have a price." Dr. Bragg says this is something he wants the public to know about being a donor.
In the community, they might think like, if you're an organ donor, we might get less care, but that's not the case. Everything we do at that time is to save the patient's life.
Dr. Bragg says last year the United Organ Registry recorded about 23,000 donors, and they were able to save roughly about 40,000 lives. Reporting in Richland, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, thank you. Typically, you are asked if you want to be an organ donor when you get or renew your driver's license, but you can also fill out a form online to update it anytime.